morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Got a short little stream for y'all today because I got a good consultation. We're going to do a Pokemon live stream a little bit later. Consultee writes to us, Aloha, Ball Muscle. I noticed you hit the gym fairly hard, but you do take the occasional rest day. How many days should I lift before I take a rest day? Thank you very much. I'll post about your channel and your email on my social media. Okay, so the answer is it depends. I know that's not a very satisfying answer, but what does it depend on? The answer is a couple of factors. First off, you probably shouldn't be lifting 7 days a week. Your body is going to need time to recover. And in general, if you let it go 7 days a week, you're just not going to be able to recover enough to where your nervous system, your fast twitch muscles are going to be okay. Now, what does it depend on? Obviously, number one is the number of days we're working out. Okay, so, right? If you're not working out, it's a rest day. Unless you're doing something like a martial art, or you're doing something like, running a marathon. Technically you could call it a rest day if you're not working out, but is it really? So it really depends on the number of true rest and recovery days. Now, a good rest day should not be sitting on your ass like a potato all day. If you do that, you'll actually be more sore. You need mild recovery. Things like walking or hiking, great. Things like cycling, pretty good as long as you don't go too intense or too far. Even things like jogging is okay up to a certain point. You don't want to go jogging 10 plus miles on your recovery day and then hit a squat day the next day. You're setting yourself up for failure there. So number two is going to be based off the intensity of your workout. It goes without saying, for instance, that if you do a super squat style workout, you will need more time to recover than if you do a more standard, 3 sets of 10 type deal. Something like super squats is going to break down your central nervous system very much. Super squats, for instance, you're going to be at most 3 days a week. Now, it's a full body workout, but 3 days a week is going to imply 4 rest days a week. And they say if it's too much for that, go down to 2 rest days a week. On the other end of the spectrum, you have a lot of lesser intensity but focused push-pull leg splits that work they're smaller workouts, they're less intense, but you go 6 days a week. I split it a little bit different. Me personally, I go 5 days a week. I have my rest days are floating because it gives me more flexibility in my schedule, but on a typical week, I rest Monday, I'll do, let's say leg Tuesday, then push Wednesday, rest Thursday, pull Friday, leg Saturday, push Sunday. And then I'd rest the following Monday, and then that Tuesday would be a pull instead of a leg, right? So it's alternating. But over a 3-week span, presuming nothing crazy happens, I get 15 total workouts, 5 of each variety. And my workouts are fairly high volume, but they're also not the fastest. Usually they take 90 minutes or so, give or take. It really depends on what type of workout I'm doing, whether or not I'm pushing for tempo, whether or not I'm pushing for reps, and so on and so forth. So the intensity of workout matters quite a bit on this one as well. The other type is going to be your type of split. So it goes without saying, right, that a full body workout, if you do a full body workout, you really only have to go to the gym twice a week. You're hitting everything in your body twice a week, but you're going to be there forever. And frankly, by the second hour, you're going to be running out. Your body's going to be running out of glucose and glycogen. You are going to start getting tired. You're going to be very, very sore. And the second half of your workout, you're just, in my experience, you're just a lot less likely to actually get benefits out of that workout. You're going to be loafing more, basically, which is not ideal. You don't want to spend the time loafing. It's why, in general, I'm not the biggest fan of full body splits. But if they work for you, great. If you're doing upper lower, you're probably going to be doing at least 4 days a week in the gym. Upper lower usually means they're long sessions, but they're 4 individual sessions, and then so that way that you'd have 3 rest days in your week. For push-pull leg, it's usually 1 to 2 rest days a week in general. So it really depends on your type of split. Those are really the big qualifiers. The other one is your mileage may vary, okay? Your body is going to respond differently than my body, is going to respond differently than your friend's body, is going to respond differently than someone else's body, right? You do have to start learning to listen to your body. Now, you want to push through soreness. There's a difference between soreness and, oh, if I keep going, I'm going to hurt myself. It takes practice and experience to get to that point. But in general, I would say, you know, follow the general guidelines, and if you need more or less rest, you know, adjust accordingly. I would say if you're doing a push-pull leg split, 1 to 2 days of rest. If you're doing a full body workout, which I don't particularly recommend, but you can, a full body workout, probably 3 to 4 days of rest a week. Or probably 4 days of rest a week for a full body workout. And then for a upper lower split, 3 days a week. I think that's pretty reasonable. Those would be my general guidelines. So I'm going to write that out. So I would go push. These are general guidelines, okay? So your mileage may vary. If you need to adjust it, do so. However, couple upper and lower boundaries. You need to take at least 1 rest day a week off the gym. Going to the gym 7 days a week will burn you out. The only way going to the gym 7 days a day won't burn you out is if you're like going there for cardio, which don't do that. There's better ways to get your cardio. Go outside instead. If you're going to the gym and you are lifting 7 days a week, you would be better off increasing the intensity of your workout and cutting the number of days working out. So in general, I would go with don't do 7 days a week. Likewise, if you're doing less than 3 days a week, you'd better be hitting incredibly intense workouts. You'd better be hitting full body, and you'd better be hitting it hard. Again, super squats is a good example of this. But even super squats starts you off with 3 days a week, so that falls under this full body 4 category. It's really only if you need the extra day of rest that you're said to go to 2. I try my best not to do that. You know, you could, and you know, you don't have to do a super squats style workout. And that's the other thing, right? So with upper lower, for instance, if you're going 4 days a week, you could do, you know, heavy day, light day, or heavy day, light day, light day, or something like that. So it's like, or heavy day, light day, heavy day, for instance, you know, because you go heavy upper, light lower, heavy upper, or sorry, light upper, heavy lower. You could figure it out, right? I personally, if I were doing upper lower, for instance, I would try to do my heavy days after my rest days. So, you know, if you're going to do Sunday rest, Monday heavy upper, Tuesday light lower, Wednesday rest, you know, Thursday light lower, Friday heavy, or sorry, light upper, Friday heavy lower. You could try something like that. It really depends. It's up to you. For my personal workouts, so push-pull leg, I generally have some things I do heavy, some things I do light, and I try to time it so that my heavy workouts are after your rest. But I would say Heavy or high intensity workouts after rest day. There we go. Heavy or high intensity workouts after your rest day. So that's really about it. This was not meant to be a huge video. Really just answering the question. Looks like we don't have anything in the comments, so that's going to be it for me for now. I'll be back in a little while with a Pokemon stream, and we'll go from there. I've got a few other things I need to get done today. The next stream coming in, by the way, will probably be my last stream until I get back from New York City, so stick around for that. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all take one picture of this. There we go. All right. Until next time then, which will be maybe 15, 30 minutes. I got to eat something. I really need to eat very light today because I've got New York City coming up. I'm flying out tomorrow night. But until next time, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your actions. Those actions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos to be the guide start through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. Shoots. Be back later.